Did you take a poop today? That alarmed you because when you pinched the loaf, there was a pain in your anus.
Ew.
Are you down with Liberty Bibberty or Liberty Bootual? Do you use your finger as a stir straw for your coffee?
Oh, that's weird.
And do you think New Rap sucks?
Yes.
Then we came to the right place. We're going all in. JAK, we don't know Jack. Are we still going?
We're still going.
Oh man, you're giving me camera problems, Kevin.
The camera problems are right here.
Oh my God, dude.
So we're live.
We're gonna start this all over.
We're not starting all this over. We're live.
Yeah.
Kevin got his coffee. We're still rolling. Nico, we're still on you. What's going
I don't
down?
know what's going down, man. But yes, I freaking took a crap today, and I became like worried.
Worried about your poop.
When when it all comes out and then your anus sphincter muscle kind of clenches, it kind of cuts it off and everything like that.
So we had talked about the poop before, and one of the greatest things that we've ever experienced is the clean cutter.
Yeah.
You called it the no wipe, but really it's one wipe, and it's a clean cutter where you just wipe and there's nothing there, and like your day is golden.
Because Nico would do the no wipe.
Yeah.
We know that.
Just hoping it's a clean cutter.
Yeah.
So
the way I do no wipes is I just never wipe. So it's always a no wiper, whether it was clean or not clean.
Mm-hmm.
Any case.
So what was the poop like this morning?
No, the poop's fine. It was a massive enough to be a clean cutter.
A pinching scare. It was just a pinching scare.
Yeah, like I'm having this like sphincter problem when my anus pinches off the loaf. Freaking pain, man. And I got kind of concerned because in my family, my grandmother on my dad's side,
Ew.
she died of cancer
Oh.
before I was even born. And my dad keeps telling me to go get checked.
So we talked about this last week about the PSA test. So remember, you can go get those levels checked without getting the finger probe first.
Yeah.
Unlike
I
Frank.
didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah. PSA. It's a public service
announcement.
check your blood before you get a finger in your ass.
That's nice.
All right,
Here's something that happened. The other day, man, I was trying to get a base tan in my backyard.
Base tan.
All right.
Only,
trying to get ready for
only
the
you.
summer,
Yeah.
I got a little tan.
No, it looks good.
So I decided I would lay out in my backyard and get some sun on my cheeks, man. And
Your booty cheeks out?
yes, but only because the underwear that I wear is Speedo underwear. So my ass cheeks
Is that
hang
true?
out. Yes, that's the only.
But they only hang
My
out
underwear, like Nicole makes fun of my
I
underwear.
am not believing this, and I'm going to make you stand up and turn around. I want to see a G-string underwear.
It's not. No, the one I have on right now is not G-string, but it's.
Clean it up. What's the deal?
It's not tighty whities. It's like a thong type thing here.
Yeah,
I want to see this so bad, but I know it's in
believe that
the
he wears that.
G-string up the butt crack?
No, I don't like the thing up my butt crack. Any case, Nicole will tell you she makes fun of my underwear because she calls them panties.
I'm not asking your wife about your panties. So.
I believe it. I believe that
We're
Nico
just gonna take your word.
wears men's panties.
All right, so I'm going out to sunbathe in those bright red. Okay,
Shirt off.
yeah, dude, I'm
Bright
trying to get
red
a tan.
panties.
Trying to get a tan.
Okay. Just getting that image here.
I'm sitting back there, I got a towel laid out. Sun's coming down nice. I'm getting tan, and I hear the freaking gate, man.
I'm like spilling coffee on myself.
Dude,
Go
I look back,
Jeez.
and it's an African American young woman who's from my pest defense company. She's coming into the backyard, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." She's like, "I called to see if I could come today instead of tomorrow," like that. And I was like, "Well, do you want me to go inside?" And she was like, "No, I mean, you're not hurting me." She's like, "I'm just gonna spray this stuff, I'm kind of envious."
So you're like the lonely house husband turning on the pest defense.
Yes, that's awesome.
Dude, so I'm
great.
laying out while she's doing it, and I'm like just looking down.
Is anybody else home?
Wait. You stayed outside even though you...
Yeah, that's what Nicole said. She was like, "Wait, you stayed outside? That's weird."
Why?
And I'm wondering if the lady's like going around like with her cell phone, like going like this. Look at the shit I gotta put up with over here, man. You know, dude. She does the whole thing, and then she comes up to me, like right up to me while I'm laying down, and she's like, "I'll just put the write-up on the front door," you know. And I'm like, "Well, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were coming today. I hope this wasn't like, you know, I hope this was." I was trying to say like embarrassing or something. I didn't know the words to grab, man. And she was like, "No, it's fine, you know."
So
we
I'm
do this
100% sure that was awkward and embarrassing for her. But man, whenever we tell these funny stories, it always cracks me up because she's at her living room table talking about your crazy ass in a G-string, laying out, and have the opportunity to go inside and continue to lay out while she sprayed pesticides all over the place. And your naked body is catching all these fucking germs. She's at the house cracking up. Her whole family's laughing right now.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
but
so
she
good.
might have liked it though.
She might have. It looked like she did
Yeah,
she
like
take
she
a long
might
time?
have been okay with it.
I mean, she was there 15 minutes, you know.
So,
I'm
that's
curious.
5 minutes more than normal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
usually it's 10 minutes, about 9.
Yeah,
You know
if
what I mean?
that,
Yeah.
if that. So I'm curious. I want the bill to come in for your pest control and see if there's any additional charges.
I didn't think about that.
Inappropriate.
I've got it folded up. Yeah.
inappropriate charge.
I've got it folded up, man. I need to look, see if there's a smiley face, you know.
So, but is anyone home while you're out there in your Speedo?
Well, my daughter, because she goes to school from home, so.
And she's just like, oh, that's just dad.
Well, yeah, like,
sunbathing.
well, that's the funny thing. I walked in the other day and I laughed, you know, and she's looking at me and she smiles, and I was like, "Sorry, I didn't know you were eating lunch," because that window looks right into where I'm standing. And sometimes I flip over to get sun on my stomach, you know, and she's just staring at her dad's crotch out the window while she's eating.
Gross.
Like, how gross would that be if you were just staring at your dad's crotch?
So
Not gross for Kevin.
I'm just gonna say that you need to start wearing. Yeah, actually, I love it, man. I had to question my sexuality, and we're gonna talk about this. Nico played an '80s hair band, and this guy looked at me, man, and I was confused.
White snake in the still of the night.
Be careful watching this show, man. Be careful.
Yeah.
It damaged me, and
Yeah.
you continue to text me.
Man, I send that picture to you hopefully daily.
Well, every time I've forgotten the guy and his
The guy's just giving you this
gaze.
glare. He gave you this glare from the TV when we
It
watched the
happened
video.
today. You played it, and
Yeah.
you texted me yesterday, and he looks into my soul. It's fucking amazing. Like, I don't know, but
Still of the night, White Snake. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's after the interlude, and he comes back with he's kind of singing before the music really starts to kick back in.
watch the whole video because it's hilarious. And we have my wife in here, and she was laughing too. But it stopped me in my tracks. Like, I just was mesmerized. And watch the whole video because it has some cool beats. Hopefully, you can figure out what that rap song is. Curious about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Interesting.
Very funny when we walked in here, just so that people know, because this is Ace Studios, Ace has to take care of the studios. So we walk in, and Mikey sets his cup, or goes to set his cup on a piece of furniture, Ace office furniture, and it falls right off.
No, but
The
I
lid
didn't even
comes
get
off.
there.
Water and ice spills everywhere. Everywhere.
Full Yeti.
Yeah.
Full.
And I say, Mikey, I'll go get some paper towels. But Kevin, Ace over here, says, let's get the mop.
I thought the mop would be a better tool because there was a lot of water.
There's a lot of
In
water.
hindsight, maybe the paper towels.
Yes. Yeah. Any case, but to get to this mop was ridiculous. 'Cause
We walked a half mile.
yeah, he sent us in the total wrong direction. He's like, it's by the men's restroom. It was nowhere near the men's restroom.
No.
No, I meant the guy's room, which is the install, delivery, other. Yeah. So
You
something.
said men's restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two different places, but
Yeah.
we figured out
Yeah.
where it was.
Any
at.
case,
Yeah. Okay.
we come back with the mop. Ace decides to mop this mess up, gets all this water, and as he's taking the mop bucket back, he trips, and the fucking mop bucket spills over all the water. And I'm thinking, there's no way that Mikey spilt a glass of water, Kevin cleaned it up with a mop,
then
and spilt the mop bucket.
Yeah, double
Hey,
spillage.
it happened, man. So whatever. We're not janitors.
Wow, man. That's crazy.
Man, I have something I want to talk about real quick because I know we don't talk about COVID a lot, and a lot of things have been changing. Supposedly there's a new strain out, but I went to the drum Dow. It's spelled with the T, but it's pronounced with the Dow is how you pronounce it. And it was a drum instrumental thing, but they checked vaccine cards, and they also had a negative COVID test. It was strange. It was weird. I'm vaccinated. I'm not afraid to tell people that. But this is how it went. So I'm on camera right now, and this is how I showed the guy. He didn't take it out. I could have had "fuck you" written on the thing. He wouldn't have read it. No ID. So it was really trivial. And then masks were optional, and everyone in there had to be vaccinated or didn't have COVID, and half the people had masks on, which confused me even more. So I don't know if y'all want to have any thoughts on that. Have you ever been to another place in Texas that's required that?
I think most doctor's offices still do.
The vaccine?
Well, I guess not vaccine, but the mask.
No, they required a vaccine card. You had to be vaccinated to enter the building.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that anywhere.
Not
the
in
mask,
Texas?
yes, I've seen like doctor's office.
Well, the mask is still around in a lot of places, but I've never had.
I wear one in my bikini underwear.
So you were masked up with the lady doing the thing.
In fact, that's all I had on at that time. I pulled the underwear down. I just had the mask.
This is getting worse and worse. I feel sorry.
The great part was that the mask covered everything up because it's small enough to fit underneath the mask.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll watch the show and she can reach out, you know. We'd be happy to compensate you for something what you had to experience. You know, we really apologize here for Nico's Speedo actions. It's pretty gross.
Man, I'm sorry you had well, I'm glad you're prepared for that show, Drum Towel. With your vaccine card. Yeah. So
the show was good though, right?
Yeah. The show was weird. It was just kind of repetitive, and it was really disorganized. So this is a funny story. We watched the first hour. The lights came on. Everyone clapped, and then everyone went outside. And we're sitting there with two guys next to us, and we're chatting during the show and before. And I was like, man, I guess this is over. And I was like, that's kind of a weird ending, you know? And so when the ending happened, everyone went, and I asked this lady, I thought she worked there, but she just had like a cute brooch on, you know, or a thing. And she's like, I don't work here, but it's intermission. And I was like, oh, well, sorry, you know, that I'm sorry. So we went to intermission. We come back and sit down. And we're sitting there, and I was like, "Oh shit! I convinced those guys that the show was over."
No.
Yeah, I told them, I was like, "Man, it's done, I guess." And we walked out, and then we found out it was intermission. One of the guys comes back, and I was like, "Good thing we didn't leave. The show's only halfway through." And he's like, "My buddy just texted me. He's in the car. He said, 'Fuck this,' and drove home." So we ruined the show for that guy. And then they did another 45 minutes, and the lights went back on. A third of the people are left in the facility. Like another half leaves. And they come back on and do the fucking encore. So it was another 10 to 15 minutes of the best part of the performance, and the Jones Hall was damn near empty.
Dang.
I want to send them an email and tell them, like, look, dude, y'all need some announcers, and, you know, you got to herd the cattle somewhere. No one told us anything.
Yeah.
No intermission, no comeback, no. It was strange. I wouldn't recommend going to see it. I've seen a lot of performances because my parents bought me that season pass. And these shows were scheduled long before COVID. We're just now getting to watch them. Like, we've had to reschedule.
Yeah.
I think this is the third time we've actually rescheduled. And I don't know if in that culture they want the vaccine and the mask because they travel around or what the deal is, but we kind of thought it was like a cultural thing with the performing arts.
It might be. Yeah.
But
that's what I said is that, large part of it's due to the views of whoever's putting on the show.
I do recommend that the SPA's Society of Performing Arts, they change their name to the Performing Arts of Houston. They do a season pass, and since I quit drinking, I've been trying to explore and do some other things. And you can get like a 5-pack season pass. It's not that expensive, and you can go see 5 different shows.
How does that work?
I'll send you the link. I'll even post a link if anyone's interested in it. So we saw plays, we saw Stomp, which is great. We saw the Blue Man Group. We get to pick a 5, and you can reschedule. If your timing doesn't ride, you pick the dates, and then the seats vary on prices, obviously. But it's a really cool thing, and it was going on right before COVID started, and I was starting to want to get into some of that stuff. Seeing symphonies, kind of broaden my horizon a little bit, and then COVID shut it all down. But we're gonna do the season pass again. If y'all want to do it,
yeah, man.
Surprise! This is really a show about the season pass.
Yeah. No, drum
Towel.
That was just one show.
But that was the worst one, so it's not good advertising for them. All the other ones are great.
You guys just watch the first 10 minutes of this show so we can talk about Drumtown for the next 50.
Oh, man, so yeah.
But the other ones were good.
All right, Nico, so...
All right.
I've managed to take over the show and talk about a bunch of irrelevant ass shit, which happens sometimes. Drumtown, go see it, you know. I expect my sponsorship.
How much money are you getting from this?
My free season pass, all that. All right, sorry. So you got a full list of some badass shit that you came up with.
Well, I don't know what's badass.
Well, some
half-ass shit.
Should we ask the 8-Ball? Is it going to be a good show?
Yeah.
Or is it already going to say that?
All right. Tiger Woods is
coming back.
Well, yeah, I mean, so he had this horrific automobile accident that mangled up his foot so bad that what I've heard, reporters have said that they were told from medical staff that if he had not been Tiger Woods, they would have amputated his leg. It was that bad.
Damn.
But because they knew who he was, what he did, or who he is, and what he does,
and the type of insurance he has.
Well, he doesn't even need insurance, right?
A doctor would volunteer to work on him.
I mean,
yeah, probably.
When he got divorced, this was, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago at least.
Yeah.
He split $1 billion with his with his wife, dude. She got $500 million, dude. So he does not need insurance. Any case,
he still has it. The good stuff.
Yeah, so
private doctors, you know, we go in.
Yeah, he probably does have a private owned doctor, I would think.
Yeah, he's probably got a robot doctor. Any case,
I don't even think his body's real, man. Hasn't he been in a couple bad injuries lately, and he's still playing?
He had back surgery, like some kind of surgery in his back, and then now his legs. I mean, I gotta imagine there's metal in there, plates, screws.
I got a quick question. So, not to interrupt, since we're talking about him and his things that are in his body, do you ever think that that'll be considered performance-enhancing drugs if they can add like new knees and different? That's a good question. I've always wanted to ask you all that. Do you think? Not like bionic where the legs removed and they're using those things, but do you think surgeries are ever going to be like outlawed, especially in like martial arts? Is it a competitive advantage if you have a whole full like stainless steel arm?
I bet once it gets to the point where...
What are we, Kano here?
I don't know, but I mean, some guy gets a full knuckle replacement and they put titanium in there or titanium elbow.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that would be,
I think once it gets to the point to where it's, you know, it can get that serious to where like you can, it can be different. Like it can actually affect your body differently and it makes you faster. Like,
so there's another guy that's actually disadvantaged, and we're to talk about martial arts. He has one arm that only goes to here. And he's never lost a fight. He has this crazy rear naked choke that you can't defend because the rear naked choke, you pull the arm down, so it just goes across. But Dana White will not let him fight in the UFC, and he's adamant about it. He goes, I don't care how good he is, we're not getting a guy with one arm into the UFC. And the guy's never lost. He's fought all kinds of great people.
Wow.
So I just thought it was curious, man. Like guys in the baseball, they start getting all these like fake shoulders. Does that count? I mean, you're tearing your body apart, and normally there's Sabine.
I mean, in every sport right now, there's people that have pins and rods and stuff like that, you know. So,
but will science make it so it's an advantage?
I don't know.
I think each league will probably evolve into that to where it will turn into being like, oh, it's, you know, they've had surgery.
So if you're a punter and you get like a big giant steel foot. I mean, and you're kicking it from 60 or 70. You know, it's flat in the front. You just kick the ball 70 yards.
That middle band.
You can screw it on and screw it off when you don't want it.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Part of it can screw on as a machine gun. Yeah, I get you. What the hell, dude? All right, so anyway.
There we go.
Tiger made the decision that he's going to come back to the Masters, which takes place starting tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, are the qualifying rounds in Augusta, Georgia.
How long ago was it the foot surgery?
I think it was a year ago, man. But I'd have to go back and check. But here's the deal: people aren't worried. His shots look good right now in practice. What people are worried about is that he's going to be able to walk for 18 holes and then do the same thing again the next day, because it's something like 7,400 yards which, man, I can't remember. I think it's like 5 miles a day is what
I keep jumping in because I'm curious. Do you have to walk, or can you take a cart? Or part of the PGA Tour rules is that you have to walk with your caddy?
Yeah. So Noelle asked me this too, and I told her. I said, yeah, the rule is you have to walk
on your own accord.
Yeah, on your own.
Okay.
And even in places where they do allow carts, typically they don't for the PGA tournament.
Yeah.
And like for the Masters, for sure, like carts aren't allowed on the course.
What about a Segway or like a rollerblades?
They would definitely not allow those at prestigious places like these.
Just asking.
What about a small hovercraft?
No, but I mean they'll let you ride a squirrel.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah. You know, or you can land an eagle.
So the question is, can he not play the golf, but can he walk in between the holes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will he be able to
so is that a big debate?
Something like 5 miles a day.
Has Tiger talked about that? Is that going to be an issue? Or
well, people don't know. I mean, nobody knows. He hasn't he hasn't let on that he has walked this much, so we don't know.
Okay. So he's going to have to come out strong and get up there on the leaderboard because towards the end he's going to fatigue regardless of his swing. I would think.
Yeah. Do you think we should call him?
Well, we already talked to Eminem earlier, so I don't know if you can get in touch with
Nico?
With Tiger.
Maybe later.
He's been a jerk lately. He hasn't returned any of my texts.
Yeah, Tiger. What the hell, man?
I don't know. I'm pissed off.
No, but I mean,
it was a whole Golden Tee match.
Gotcha. Okay.
We have a conflict.
Yeah, that's messed up.
You know, I wore the hat because I've been.
I just noticed that you had that.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to go twice, which is really awesome.
So you've been to the Masters twice?
Yes.
In the Augusta, Georgia Masters. Okay, so how did you get there? I know it's really hard. Were you able to go more than just the practice days, or did you actually see?
I actually went on a Thursday, Friday, and then the next year went on a Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, so to go on a Saturday or Sunday, don't play this down, is a huge ordeal to go to the Masters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Huge. Wednesday, Thursday, some lucky people go in, but if you see Saturday and Sunday, that is fucking amazing. Like, it's like going to the Super Bowl, really.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah. I mean,
it's like sitting 50-yard line on the Super Bowl. I mean, that's a big deal.
People are in a lottery system to see if they're going to get these tickets, you know, and most of the people that go are, man, they look like they got a lot of money.
How did you get invited? What was the story to that?
So we were doing business, the company that I was working for, we were doing business with another company. And 2 years in a row, because they had tickets, they invited us as one of their biggest customers.
That's awesome.
Nice. So yeah, it was cool, man.
Were you part of that sales?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You earned it.
Yeah. I mean, it was my relationship. Cool. Yeah, no, man, it was an awesome experience. The prices in there, unbelievable, man. $1.75 for sandwiches.
I didn't even think they charged.
$3 for beer. You know, like they're not trying to rip people off.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can only get the gear there while they're open.
Yeah.
Now, other shops will go in, buy a bunch of stuff, bring it out, but it has to come from there when they're open.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that was a cool experience. The place that we stayed, because the town is so small, it's like a newsprint manufacturing town. Because I actually used to go there outside of the Masters because I had a paper mill that I was working for there. Any case, the town basically sells their houses for the week. So companies will come in and like rent their house. We were in a mansion, and we're staying right next to a lot of the pro golfers in this mansion that we were sleeping at. And we would go to the country club in the morning and eat breakfast next to like pro golfers that you see on TV.
Yeah.
So I lived near a golf course. The TPA, it's in Connecticut. It's one of the first rounds of the PGA Tour, and people would sell their lawns for parking lot. Yeah, because there would be so many people that rent out their driveways and their yards. It was weird. We didn't live on the golf course. We lived in a neighborhood that was behind it. Pretty interesting, I thought. You were making a shitload of money.
Yeah, you could. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So you went in 2013, and when was the next time you went?
I think it was 2013, 2014.
You went back to back.
Yeah.
Did you get swag from each one, or any memorabilia?
Yeah, I still got a fold-out lawn chair. I got Nicole and the kids stuff, shirts and hats. Man, I think I spent $1,100 in the pro shop just to get stuff for my family, and then like both of our brothers, and both of our dads.
Yeah.
And my granddad. $1,100, dude. I saved the receipt for a long time just to show people. I never spent that much, man. You guys know me, dude.
Yeah.
How much?
Like I was like, oh man, dang, does Tony really need a hat? You know? Oh man, does my dad really need this hat? You know, like $1,100, bro.
Were you questioning the stuff when you were already at the register? Like, let me take this one out.
Yeah.
I got a credit card.
You know what, man? Just skip me on this trip. I don't need anything.
You take it back and you're like, yeah, so this was $120.
Yeah.
You probably could have went to the Walmart down the street and bought the same stuff. I don't know.
Well, without this on it. Any case, man, the course is unbelievable too. You never do anything justice when you put it on TV or on video.
Did you walk the whole course throughout the game? Okay.
Yeah, dude, I stood right next to Rory McIlroy, who's supposed to be 5'10", dude, and I'm going to tell you right now, I stood like I was over the line to try to get next to his shot.
Yeah.
And he took a shot in front of me. I'm like, dude, I'm bigger than this dude. Yeah. Now he might be a little bit taller just by if we just stood straight up because they're calling him 5'10". I was like, there's no way this dude's 5'10", dude. I'm 5'6", you know? Yeah. So I thought that was interesting that they lie about golfers' heights.
Tell the truth.
But man, a guy that was with us, he'd been so many times, he was like telling me different stuff. He was like, man, do you see any divots? And I was like, looking around on the grass, I was like, man, I don't see any divots. And he said, yeah, we use green dirt here. Ah. So on the TV, it just looks green. You know, when
they the dirt.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He said to make the course tougher or easier, each day they have a hydraulic pressure system underneath the holes, and they can drain water or put water back up in to make it slower or faster.
So I have a uncle on Shauna's side that designs golf courses, and it's not like a punk job. He's an engineer. He designs all of them so they flow and everything. Yeah. Green dirt.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna fix my yard as soon as I get home. I got some dye, cover up all the piss spots from my dirty dog.
That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome. Cool though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he had one of the people. They have like a bunch of people who live in the town who actually volunteer to work that event.
Okay.
Because it's big for their town. You know, like a lot of people come.
Not a lot of poor people live in that area too. I mean, it's a kind of a retirement, nice area, correct?
No, it smells.
You have it smells written down on your notes?
Yeah. Oh. So he had his not a grounds crew guy, but it's like this kid. He's like 17, and but he works there, and he had him come over and talk to us, and he was telling us, he was like, man, you see how that grass is cut evenly all the way down, like the hill starts here, and then it slopes like this and touches the water, and it's all cut, manicured, and he's like, do you think you can do that with a lawnmower? And I was like, oh no. And so we asked him, they get in there with shears, dude, and freaking cut this thing with shears.
I don't know the amount, but I think the guys that even do that, the simple lawn maintenance at that place, make a lot of money. I want to Google it and see. I think they make a lot of cash. Like, they're not just the $30 lawn crew coming through, you know?
No, you mean just to make
they're
sure
like
you got the right angles and that shit? Like, I'm sure those guys aren't dumb. You know what I mean?
A lot of them are ex-barbers.
I don't know if people talk about the Augusta, Georgia, and the Masters that much, but
yeah, I like it, man. I'm glad you had a good time. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
cool. I would love to have gone to that. I've only known one other person that's been, and they made a big deal out of it, and I thought it was a big deal, but they only went to that like Wednesday, Thursday fan part of it, which you get to see the golfers, but to actually experience Saturday, Sunday golf is a really cool experience.
So you can't take your phone or a camera on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You can only take it in on Wednesday.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules. Yeah. It's super quiet. Yeah. There's a lot of other regulations.
It's cool as hell, though, man, because you can get 3 chairs and put them down with your business card in them anywhere on any different hole. And you can have it right, like, you run to the, you know, like when you get in and run and go put it down, like, right next to hole 18, you know? And nobody will take your seat. They won't move your chair. They won't take your seat.
The business card.
It's like a gentleman's club type situation.
Yeah, it's like respect. Yeah, like, hey, we got here.
So, dude, you can go to, like, you go like, I'm going to go hang out on 5 for a little bit. Now I'm going to go to 13 because I got a chair there, too.
So what did you guys do? You ran in and put cards in all the holes?
Early in the morning, as soon as they open. You have to buy the lawn chair though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a uniform. It's one of their lawn chairs, and then you just put your business card in it.
And then you pay for that chair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, I bet those like the real rich people take their kids up there and they're just like, hey, go out,
run
and give us, we want this hole, this hole, this hole, this hole.
Well, my friend that went, he used Usain Bolt, and he got all the chairs.
Yeah.
Fast, super fast.
Super fast. He definitely got one at every hole.
Thanks, Mr. Bolt. We appreciate it.
And then he comes, and they're like, Usain Bolt going up. No, I'm Bolt Usain. Bolt Usain, And I'll be like, more like Bolt Hussein.
Oh, shit.
No.
Good stuff, man.
Bolt Hussein.
So we watched the Masters this weekend?
I'm going to watch it, starting tomorrow. That's the great thing about being unemployed, dude. I mean, dude, March Madness and freaking the Masters, like, I'm watching it, dude.
Yeah.
I sent these guys a text message today. I was like, are you guys watching TV? This guy says he's too busy. Reevaluate your priorities, dude.
I didn't answer it. I was watching TV. Middle of the day.
So, I'm going to get this way back Wednesday story. Wait. Yeah. Couldn't remember. I knew we changed it.
Yeah.
It's way back Wednesdays now. Okay. From Flashback Fridays.
If you haven't seen the Flashback Fridays, go back and watch those episodes. There's just as many funny stories as that. But way back Wednesday is a new day. We be partying. We're having a good time. I think we started an hour late, though.
Yeah.
Whatever, deal with it.
Yeah.
Sad part is I need to pee again. Once you break the seal.
So since we've
I've been drinking. I've had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee.
I've had 2 of these, and Nico, you peed like 7 times since we've been here.
I got a small bladder.
Yes, that's what we've heard. Mikey was talking all about it.
It's not like I'm not trying to defend myself.
So I'm just gonna give you some advice, man, homeboy to homeboy, that with the small bladder and the constant urination and this poop problem that we all forgot about that was at the beginning of the show, I think you need to go see a doctor.
Yeah, doctors, science is for pussies.
Science is for pussies. Get the shirt.
So, man, this story came to my head.
No, I'm serious. You need to go see a doctor.
That's great for the show. We're just gonna take a video there.
Yeah, all right.
They can give me the public service announcement instead of the finger in the booty.
Way back Wednesday.
Way back Wednesday. Here we go. So, man, I don't remember where I was at with him, but a friend of ours, Brad Bauckham, man, I think I went to lunch with him one time. Now, this is years ago. Like, maybe...
Shout out to Brad, though. He watches every Wednesday.
Shout out Brad Bauckham!
Brad, this was like maybe right before me and Nicole got married or right after. So we're talking about like 16, 17 years. We're having lunch, and he was a recruiter for one of the health service companies, I believe. And he said he had this lady who came in for an interview, and he's talking with her. He's trying to make small talk, and he just asked her about her family. She has 2 girls, and he's like, "Oh yeah, what are their names?" And she tells him Yolangelo and Arangelo. And he says to her, those are awesome names. Like, where did you come up with that? She's like, those are my favorite 2 colors of Jello. Orange Jello and yellow Jello. Yolangelo and Arangelo, dude. Dude, wait, the story gets better. That's 17 years ago. Brad Bauckham tells me this. I proceed to tell this story probably 300 times in the last 17 years. I probably tell this story, I would say on average 5 to 10 times a year. Okay? Keep all that in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
At my 40th birthday party. At my 40th birthday party, you came. Where you at?
He was there for a little bit.
Okay. At my 40th birthday party. Don't laugh for it, dude.
Hey, thanks for covering. I don't remember though.
Brad's there. And you guys know I don't really drink. I was getting pretty hammered that night because I made everybody drink a 40.
I did not come. I remember.
A lot of people had double fist 40s. Yeah. So I'm drunk. I did take a rip off because I had some friends who came, hadn't seen me in a long time. They wanted me to just take one hit, right? And so I did. So I was ripped, dude. I hadn't smoked in like 17 years, right? And I go into our kitchen. There's a bunch of guys surrounding me, and Brad starts talking about, man, the other day I'm having lunch with another recruiter, and at the end he starts telling me this story about this guy who had a lady who came in whose kids' names were Yolangelo and Arangelo. Are you kidding me right now? Somebody in the industry that you had lunch with heard this story from somebody else and repeated it. And he was like, yeah, he's like, dude, that's me. That happened to me. That's my story. Dude, I could, like, it would put my brain in like a freaking, I was losing it, man. I was like, what? I was like, do you realize how many times I've told that story? That's how this thing circulated back to you. I created like 7 degrees of separation and got back to you with this story.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Did he believe it?
What else could you believe, dude?
Yeah.
He told me the story 17 years ago. I've been telling it nonstop.
That's awesome.
That is.
That's too funny. That's my way back Wednesday.
Dude, that's a good one.
Way back. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
What else you got? You got another way back? Mike, you got a way back?
You got a way back?
No way backs.
No way back. What else we got on our list to go over today?
Man, dude, I wish we had a guest scheduled for like 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out. But one of the guys wanted to come on, Bob. I call him the penis doctor. Yeah. Because he sells, like, I guess it's like, I don't know what it's not Viagra, but it's like, treatment for ED. Yeah. And so he used to bang illegals when we worked together, dude. And he was like always attracted to ladies who didn't speak English and were illegally in this country, and it didn't matter what nationality they were. I mean, like Asian, Hispanic, it didn't matter.
Yeah. So we're gonna get him on eventually.
Yeah, dude, because I wanted to come on because he also went down to, like, I can't remember which South American country, but got himself locked up there over some psycho chick that he was trying to break up with, who said that he beat her. And I know him. He's not gonna be able to do that. So. Any case, I think he's got some stories to tell. I wanted him to come on.
Man, I want to jump in real quick too, and so we have a lot of friends and family that are watching this show. If you want to be on and you have a story, man, it doesn't have to be big or huge, man. Send out an email. You can find us on wedon'tknow@jak.com. If you're interested in being on the show, let us know. We're scheduling all through April and May right now, so hit us up.
Nice. Yeah, we would love you to come on here. I actually have a list. But it just don't know. Man, it doesn't always work out. Yeah. Like I have my cousin supposed to come on here twice. Yeah. He reps a Bird Dog whiskey, so we thought that'd be cool to have him come on.
Also want to say one thing. I didn't want to bring this up in the very beginning, but I'm just going to say it. I want to take like a little moment of silence for our boy Brandon Rose and his family. And man, I know Nico, you're going to pray, and I want to do this live on camera to show respect for Brandon and his life and all the people that he touched. There is a memorial for him on the 12th in Old Town Spring area. We can put the information on it, but we love you, Brandon, and we know you were a fan of the show. We wanted to have you on, and God called you up early, and we want everyone to know that we're going to take care of your family and do everything we can to keep those babies right. So I don't know if y'all want to say a prayer.
All right, we can do that. Well, yeah, Lord, it's really sad when we lose somebody that's a friend of ours. And as Kevin mentioned, it seems like the older we get, it's just obvious this is going to start happening. And none of us are promised tomorrow. None of us here. And so we're thankful that we do have what we have now. We're hopeful that you'll take care of Brandon's family. And certainly, we know it's going to be tough for his babies. So we just ask you to take care of them and comfort them in their time of need. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Yeah. Shout out B Rose, man. I know you're watching and listening from somewhere, and you've touched a lot of people's lives, man. B Rose was an amazing man. He's a bartender too, so he knows a lot of people. So hopefully we'll have a good celebration of life for him. And rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, man.
So look, I'm gonna put the camera back on me because Nico's gonna sneak out and take
dude, I gotta get out of here, man.
This is so awesome.
Barely stand.
This is so awesome. Yeah, so there we go. It's just you, Mikey, and it's just me. So this is like the 8th piss that he's taken.
Yeah, he had to go bad.
Yeah, so I made a cup of coffee and he's peed like 8 times since we've been in the studio. That's awesome. But man, we look forward to having Jonathan on the show. Jonathan White, I think, was probably one of Brandon's closest, longest friends, and we wanted to invite him on the show. John, we look forward to seeing you at the memorial and celebrating Brandon's life. We'll also look forward to bringing you on the show, and we just want to tell some stories about B Rose. Mikey, I know he was really close to you. You guys lived together for an extended period of time. And man, I really just want to say a prayer for his wife and babies. He's got a 3-month-old, and man, he was young. So if you have issues, go see the doctor and see. I mean, he was 41 years old, and yeah, it kind of sucked. I'm gonna grab this dude's notepad, see what's up here.
Yeah, that's what he said, man. Go get checked if you have it.
Yeah. He was actually wanted to come on the show and tell his story when he beat it. So I'm gonna tell you this, Brandon. You went out with a fight. You really did. You went out with a fight, and everyone knows that that you're a great man, dude. So I've stole Nico's pads, and all of a sudden Mikey just ran out. So he's got to pee too. So look, boom, now it's just you,
dude.
Anyway, so here I'm back. Let's see if I can even read any of these.
Well, what are you trying to read? I mean, part of that's just work stuff.
Oh, okay. The show got a little weird when you left. So.
Dude, it reminds me of this story, dude. So, man, there's a good friend of mine who I met in the industry, and he lives in Georgia. Did I tell you this story already?
No.
Okay. So, I won't mention his name because I don't want to put his information out there without him authorizing it, but I know that he would laugh at this story because it's his story and he told it to me.
Yeah.
He was on a plane sandwiched between 2 big gentlemen who fell asleep.
Yeah.
And he's my size, or maybe a little bit taller, and but very thin, And he needed to use the restroom, but he was like, "Man, I can't wake up these guys,
Yeah.
So he's like, "I'll wait." Waited till they got where they're going. Now, in first class is his boss and his boss's boss, who's the CEO of the company. They get off the plane, and he tells them, "I need to use the restroom," and he's making a beeline towards the restroom, and the lady's there and has got it sectioned off.
Oh no!
So he can't go. He turns around. By this time, they walk up on him, his CEO and his boss, and he says, "I'm in so much pain, it just starts to come out. And then when I let it go, it's so much flow that it's coming out of my pants and over the top of my jeans." It's just, he said, you can see liquid coming up and out of the pants, man. Dude, I was like, honestly, that's one of the best stories ever, man. I'm so glad you told me that.
So this is the best story to add to this story. The door auto locks when Mike.
Oh, he can't come in. Oh, I got you.
So now he's locked out. Here goes Nico to let him back in.
Dang it.
So obviously we are just super serious about this episode, man. We all came prepared.
I can't
that was awesome. You got
should have
locked out
gone right before we went.
You went like 20 times, man.
Yeah, that's what happens when I drink this coffee, man. Where are we at on time, Kevin?
We are, let's see, about 44 minutes in. So we've been having a good time. You thought we talked about the performing arts for a long time. We didn't, but one more shout out to the one more shout out to the Society of Performing Arts.
Drum towel.
You can reach them at
www.drumtowel.org.
Give them code ACE.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk about this. Are there any shows out there right now, old or new, that you guys would recommend? You know, some good stuff that you
man, I've seen Ozark. I mean, what this conversation could go for.
Oh, you're talking about
Ozark.
TV shows?
Yeah, TV show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I was going to talk about like a show.
like a show.
Is that like a gang?
Like Drummed Out. Drummed Out was the show.
Like
I want to go. I want to go to the Harlem Globetrotters. And
you can go free.
When we get
you don't want to go?
I wouldn't go to the Harlem Globetrotters.
What if I paid for you and your kid to go and we set courtside?
Nah.
You still wouldn't go?
No.
What about, can I take your kid?
No. I don't want them to be subjected to that either.
When is it? You said the 9th?
What am I watching? That's worse than WWF wrestling.
It's
fake basketball.
I guess you're right.
I mean, right?
I'm not gonna
it's
argue.
not even real basketball.
It's a fun game. Like, it's meant to be comical.
Yeah, it's like a
It is.
It's a performance.
I mean, it really is. It's comical. It's something that people pay to go to.
Ozark. So I've seen Ozark.
Yeah.
That show is amazing. You've seen Ozark before?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Good stuff. Ozark. How about Weeds? Have y'all seen Weeds?
Come on.
Have you seen
Ozarka?
Ozarka?
I watched that 3 times.
Ozarka? It's a bottled water.
Weeds fell off at the end, though. Weeds got really bad the last 2 or 3 episodes. They should have stopped, like, while they were ahead. And that's one thing about sitcoms that I don't like, man. Like, sometimes you need to know to nip it in the bud. But I've watched Weeds at least 3 times. All the way
Nico
through.
definitely would have loved that one. That was a good one.
You've never seen it?
Stranger Things? That's a show.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Yeah, you're weird.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either.
That's why you like that guy from
Gang?
White Snake. Yeah.
So what? Any new ones?
I don't know any new shows. Man, there's been kind of a gap that they're now starting to come back and fill, right? Because during COVID, there just wasn't filming.
Yeah.
And production itself takes it takes a year or so.
I'm a big fan of the Goldbergs. I don't know if you watched that. The
No, I've never seen
Goldbergs it's worth watching from the beginning. It's a really funny sitcom.
Okay, so
Life in the 80s.
on Apple TV.
Wait, so you were just waiting to tell us yours?
No, just some suggestions for if you'll have it.
I used to.
On Apple TV, C.
So I've been saying this
That
a lot
one-
lately.
that
On
one-
Netflix, B.
I've been saying this a lot lately, and I want to see if we can figure out how to do it. Wouldn't it be cool if you could share this in an app with me right now?
Yeah, I remember you talking about
Yeah,
this.
so I want to talk about this because it might already be done, but imagine if you
Stop
had
giving your information.
I'm giving it out, man. I think it should be a public service. If there was an application, because how many times are you meeting and greeting people and small talk is, what are you watching?
Yeah.
People tell you shows,
Yeah.
you walk off, you forget talking to them.
Man,
I got pulled over the other day.
You do say that.
Look,
But
I got
wouldn't
pulled over and the police officer was like, What are your favorite shows, man?
That's crazy. But if you had an app that you could immediately share and like have a group of friends, and even during while you're watching, if you're watching Netflix, you're like, oh, let me bump Kevin on this and bump it into my like suggested friends. And you keep a tight circle so you don't have like all these people.
Mm-hmm.
And you just send a little message either while you're watching the show or through an app. So like when you talk to me, I could have said, hey, that's a good show, added it to my app. It would go to my Apple TV and already be in that list.
Yeah.
So much complications about people remembering these shows.
And trying to find where
you've
you're
been writing them
watching
down, you know. But if you had an app where you uploaded all your different streaming services, so your friends
Yeah.
would know which ones you have, and then they'd just send you a bump, and it would say friends suggestions.
And they would also ask you for the password and code. They'd be like, hey, hook me up with that password.
Well, before I invented the app, I just used to share my Netflix account with everybody. But that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, but on Apple TV, SEEC.
C. Oh, I think I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
C,
The Blind,
yeah,
yeah.
with Jason Momoa.
Yeah, dude.
I got you.
Dude, that show is freaking
Yeah.
so
It's
good.
basically Blind Barbarians.
I couldn't see it.
So good. It's so
And-
good.
that was awful.
Wait, Mike.
Let me tell you about this, man. We met the pastor of Champion Forest Baptist the other day.
How was that?
Well, he was like, "What kind of shows are you watching?" And he wanted me to send them to him on an app.
So wouldn't it be cool if there was an app that did that?
Yeah. God, man.
I've been saying that to everybody.
Yeah,
My mom's like, just invent it.
Me and Frank love that Liberty Mutual, Liberty Bibbity.
Liberty Bibbity.
Yeah.
I love that.
That commercial, dude.
Yeah.
There's a scene in there where he's like asking for the line, and he's like line, and then they give it to him. He's like,
Yeah, so it's a common thing for these insurance companies to come out of the box with some badass commercials. Geico, they killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it. They still come out with
I think you're right.
ones.
I think the insurance commercials are probably the best.
They dominate.
Yeah. You know the little gecko?
Right
The little gecko?
Yeah.
I always tell, whenever he comes up, I go, oh, look at Miguel, my son, you know?
Yeah.
And Miguel, when Miguel sees it, you're like, oh, look at, I'm on the TV.
The gecko.
No, their insurance ones that's the ones that have the one I was talking about, like don't become your parents.
Yeah.
Dude, those commercials, I just watched like 15 minutes
The
of
guy
those
with the
commercials.
mustache?
Yeah. So I'm going to tell my story real quick, man. So there's been some shifts in my life, and I moved up here, and I'm in the process of buying my parents' house. So this is already weird. This is the house that I grew up in, and so I moved back in there. They've got a one-story, which is more suitable for them. And I joke around with my wife. I'm like, man, we're becoming my mom and dad. Now I'm back in their house, and it's just funny. We were going to look at fans. We're doing some remodeling and stuff, and I'm calling my dad, asking about the wiring for the fan. And he's like, where are you at? And I'm like, about to pull in the Lowe's. And he's like, me and mom are pulling in too. So I get out of the car. My mom and dad got out of the car. Me and Shauna got out of the car. And I was just like, oh my God, I've become my parents.
Yeah, dude.
That's it.
I caught these dudes earlier today talking about fencing. And I'm not talking about with swords. I'm talking about posts in the ground.
Yeah, we were debating the fencing, and then there was a transit van in there, and I was demoing it to Mikey, like, look how great this van is.
And Mikey was digging it, man. Mikey was like, man, you know how much stuff you can get in here, man? This van is awesome. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, dude, who have y'all become? Wow, dude, y'all getting excited over van space.
Man, I look at myself in the mirror all the time, and like some of the things that I'm doing, and man, I'm just like, who is this guy? But I don't know, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
To be your parents. I think we all have good parents. So I don't know.
Well, I know we're probably short on time at this moment, right?
No, we're still got about
we still got about 45 minutes.
Yeah, we got 40
I'm gonna need to pee again.
Might have to pee again.
Golly, guys.
Ooh, what's y'all's favorite pizza place?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, you can't
Chain.
go, I think you can't go wrong. Pizza Hut chain is good.
Oh, you're talking about chain only?
For chain pizza.
No, I think they're all basically chains, right? I mean, all the popular ones.
Well,
unless
if
you look
you
at
live-
one by your house.
If you live in the Heights area, there's this place called Cane Rosso's. It's actually a nice place, but during COVID, they started doing a very nice delivery program, and they have some of the best pizza I've ever had. Yeah, but I would say Pizza Hut on a consistent
Pizza Hut
chain.
consistent, yeah. Me too, Pizza Hut. I'm mod pizza.
I used to love.
So tell me,
Papa John's.
Tell me
I
about
think
Mod
Papa
Pizza, because one of my friends I worked with at Baker Street went to go manage one of those, and we went in there one time, and you just got like it felt like a small
Man, that
pan
feels
pizza.
like Red Baron singles pizza that you
Well,
get out
I
of
mean,
the freezer.
you can pick, right?
Yeah, but isn't
they
it
have
like a
three
small
different
personal?
sizes.
Okay.
They have like three different sizes, but the most popular size is like for one person, or like two people can split it if you don't eat a bunch.
Yeah.
Right? If you eat a bunch,
Sorry about that.
if you eat a bunch, right, then I mean that might not be the right place to go, because just one one is like
Mod pizza
12,
is trash.
15
Don't
bucks.
go there, dude.
Yeah, they
Dude,
looked
no,
at me
my
weird
pizza's
because I ordered
great,
6
man.
of them because they were small. I ordered 6, and they're like, "Where's
Nah,
the rest of
dude,
your
I'm
party?"
telling
And
you,
I'm like, "It's
man,
just
I
meat."
get the all meat one, man, and then I ask them to add like more cheese, add jalapenos, and then because there's one like the all meat one doesn't have like all the. It's called
what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna rep the Society of Performing Arts one more time, and then
Mod
Mod Pizza.
Run town, Mod Pizza.
Mod Pizza is one of our other sponsors.
I know,
I love it.
Did you ask for all that?
I get it extra
Jesus.
crispy. Throw
Use
some
code
extra
ACE.
cheese on there. Yeah. So
Good
I'm
stuff.
craving pizza now. I'm hungry, dude. I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
Mod pizza, they're horrible, dude.
Yeah,
So I used to love Papa John's.
yeah, their garlic sauce killed it.
But here's what happened. When they let the old CEO go and they brought in Shaq, the quality changed. Now, I'm not saying that Shaq's fault. I love Shaq.
Yeah.
Man, that dude's funny. I like Shaq. I like watching him. I'm glad he's got the Papa John's franchises. But somehow, they did something, and it's not the fresh ingredients anymore. It's different. The pizza's not the same. And so we started going to Pizza Hut. Man, why are y'all both texting during a show? Jeez.
I'm getting that in the outro.
He's ordering a pizza.
Oh, my Lord.
So right now we're ordering Papa John's for Nico here.
Order some for real. I'm hungry.
Weird. All right, finish your story.
That's it, man. There wasn't much of that story.
That was pretty good. Quick and snappy.
So now I don't feel bad about
I mean, what story are we talking about? Mikey was the one that brought that segment up. What pizza do you like, guys? You guys like pizza?
So it's Papa
Oh my
John's.
God, pizza!
Papa John's, that's what it was.
You know, Major League Baseball's opening day is Friday, or is it? It's Thursday for one team, or for like one game. But the rest of the league, it's Friday.
Can we go to a game together soon?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Me and you had a great time with the wives. Maybe all three. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to hang out with you.
Yeah, why would you want to do that?
With the wives or with us?
Both.
With
the wives, with y'all. You know what I mean?
So just us three together?
No. Definitely bring wives.
Okay. We sat in the Crawford boxes.
Yeah,
and I never sat there. That was a great seat.
Yeah, we had a blast, and I get really good deals on those seats there, so we can go again. It would be my treat. If I invite you guys, I would take care of it. Yeah, I steal the tickets, so I mean, it's really a great deal.
It's not hard. You just find out who's gonna get them.
Yeah.
Right. No, show up, stab them,
take their tickets,
shoot them in the head.
No, so let me show you how to do it. Is what you do is you go online right before you go in, and you find the seats that are still for sale. Then you buy the cheapest ticket, and then you go to that seat because you know no one's gonna call you out. So that's what we did when we went to the Crawford box. We were sitting in someone else's seats that didn't sell.
That's nice.
You're welcome.
One day I went there at 4:30 for a game that started at 7. I think that's what time they opened the gates. And you could hang out during batting practice for both teams. And this is years ago when they weren't great. They had a guy named El Caballo. Do you remember him? Any case, he was smashing home runs over the Crawford box, dude.
Really?
And people were over there just catching them, right? And earlier, like before he came up to bat, I had been asking those El Cabalitos. That was the little fan group. They wore the big mustaches and the sombreros. And I said, hey, man, how many people are hitting home runs out here during batting practice? They're like, oh, man, you hang out here, man, you're going to get some, you know? You like that? Was that racist?
Yeah, probably.
So, any case, man, he's smashing bombs over the Crawford box, man. And they're coming through that, like, arch, and they're hitting the window and ricocheting up in the air. And I'm dressed up, came just from work. I'm meeting some other people from work. I'm in slacks and dress shirt. Dude, I come running, just flying, jump in the air and grab one of his home run balls before it gets to this guy who's sitting over the glove. And he's like, hey, that was my ball.
What a baby.
Yeah.
That's nice catch. You really, I don't believe that you caught that because I know you don't have that kind
because
of
earlier today we were talking about
nice.
fence jumping, and he told us he could fly over this fence, and me and Mikey were questioning that too.
You guys are crazy, dude.
Man, so tell us how bad you are about throwing that ball back. Because when we were at that Crawford box, did you cuss that little boy out like the rest of them, or was it just the other people?
Yeah.
When you remember they hit the home run, they're like, throw it back.
Yeah, I would have thrown it back. I would have snatched it out of his hand and thrown it back. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to a young kid, man. But yeah, man, the proper thing to do is if you get a home run from the other team in your ballpark, you throw that back.
Okay. So
is that every ballpark that's supposed to be like that?
It should be.
I'm going to tell you straight up, if I catch a World Series ball, I don't care who hit it, I'm keeping it. And you can talk whatever shit you want. They were yelling at this kid. It was kind of like, I mean, he kept the ball. Everyone was like, let him keep it. And Nico was like, I would have cussed. He said something funny. Obviously, man, it was a good thing for the boy. But he might have been a team or a fan of the Braves or the Red Sox. Who knows? That's that day they kicked that fucking dude out. Yeah. He was just sitting there flicking people off.
Man, I saw a smooth move one time on, I think it was ESPN or somebody had it, but kid catches a foul ball and reaches back to a bunch of pretty ladies and hands one of them the ball. Only problem is he kept the real ball. He had another one in his hand, and he smooth did it, and she thought it was the real one. She's like,
how long ago was that?
I don't know, a couple of years maybe.
So this guy's this pimping. Like, that's a pimp move right there.
How did he understand to do that so quickly, man?
He's got a good daddy.
Yeah.
Teach him. Oh man, so yeah, we are coming up on time, guys, and we thank you for watching. This show's been all over the place, but it's been fun. Obviously, try to get some more guests. Nico, take us out. Let them know where to find us.
Yeah. So on Instagram, if you haven't already, go there. Please, be friends with our page, however that works. Friend us.
Yeah.
Any case, that's it. Hashtag we don't know JAK.
We don't know Jack.
And people watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe. We thank you for all the positive feedback. Also, Spotify, did we lose them? If not, thanks, Spotify listeners.
Yeah. So Spotify's getting uploaded after the show. It's a little complicated to do it all, and YouTube's our platform. So peace out, guys. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Done.